the third lecture of this course, Semantics and Pragmatics. In this lecture, we're going to introduce the difference between paradigmatic and syntagmatic relations, because those will apply to two topics we're going to talk about in this lecture and in the next lecture, inshallah, which will be lecture 4. So what are paradigmatic and syntagmatic relations? Paradigmatic relations are those in which a linguistic unit, so it can be a word, a phrase, a clause, enters through being contrasted or substitutable in particular environment with other similar units. So we imagine that this relationship is vertical. So we imagine that the relationship is like a vertical line in which we compare, for example, two different sentences, and then we compare the linguistic units, the words, for example, in these two different sentences. So this is a vertical relation. And the second relation is called the syntagmatic relations. These are relations in which a linguistic unit enters by its co-occurrence with other units. So we imagine it as a horizontal relation. It's like a line, a horizontal line. For example, one sentence, and then we see the relationship between two words that are right next to each other on the same line, in the same sentence, for example. So this is the difference between paradigmatic and syntagmatic relations. This is an example, just to make the idea clearer. A red door and a green door. So in this example, red and green are in paradigmatic relation to each other. And if you compare the two, you will notice that they are adjectives. So we compare them by looking at them vertically, and so this is what we call a paradigmatic relation. Red and green are also in a syntagmatic relation with door. So red door, green door, red and door are in a syntagmatic relationship with each other. So we look at them horizontally in the same sentence. Green and door are also in a relationship called the syntagmatic relation, and we will see in the next lecture an example of a syntagmatic relation. In this lecture we will go into talk about the semantic field. So semantic fields is an example of paradigmatic relations. So what are semantic fields? A semantic field contains a group of words which are related in their meaning. So words can be grouped and classified into different semantic fields in a language. So for example, the words Saturday, Sunday and Monday all belong to one semantic field which we call days of the week. We can call it days of the week. It doesn't matter which name you give it. So we also months, for example, January, February, all these months we can call them months of the year. So these are examples of semantic fields in English. As we said, when we look at semantic fields, we are concerned with paradigmatic relations between words. We look at them paradigmatically, vertically. So a word can be part of more than one semantic field. So it doesn't have to be just one semantic field and that's it. It can be part of more than one. So here's an example. The word whale can be a member of the following semantic fields. It can be a member of living creatures. It can be a member of the semantic field of animals in English. It can be a member of the semantic field sea animals in English. So all languages have semantic fields, and different words are grouped in different semantic fields depending on their meaning. Semantic fields can be useful to compare a single language at two different time periods. So we see one word might change the semantic field it is part of in a certain period of time compared to another period of time. Or also to compare two languages to see the way in which they divide up a particular field. So we look at the field of colors, for example, in English, in Arabic, in other languages, and we see how these languages divide up this particular semantic field. So here is an example of the semantic field of colors, and we are comparing here English and literary Welsh. So we notice that English has, depending on this semantic field in particular, the one we have here, of course there are other colors, but we're just looking at this as an example. English has green, blue, gray and brown. So 4 words for color, and Welsh has gwyrdd, glas, and rhyd. So these are English, we notice, divides up the semantic field of colors differently than Welsh. So here we are just comparing a single dimension of the color system, and we notice that in English there are more color terms that divide up the this particular semantic field. There are many other similar examples. If we look at the words for noise in a Mexican language, for example, there are 6 noise words. So there are noise words referring to children yelling. They have a particular word for that. People talking loudly, people arguing, people talking angrily, and increasing noise, and also funeral noise. All of those are different words that are found in this Mexican language to refer to different types of noise. So we say that the semantic field in this Mexican language of noise, semantic field of noise, is divided into these 6 different words that are in this Mexican language. Something a bit more familiar to us in Arabic, we have a lot of words for dates. So we have a word like khlas and other words that divide up the semantic field of dates in Arabic. But when you compare to other languages, they might not have as many words for dates as we have, and so the semantic field of dates in other languages will be divided up differently. In all these examples, here we have a list of words referring to items of a particular class, and these items divide up a semantic field. We also notice that in almost all of the cases we mentioned so far, that these words are incompatible. What do you mean by incompatible? We cannot say that this is a red hat and then we take the same hat and say this is a green hat. Okay, so red and green are incompatible. So if something is all red, you can't say it's also all green. So these red examples like red and green in the color semantic field in English, these words are incompatible. Also, one creature cannot be an elephant and a lion. So you can't describe one creature as being an elephant and a lion. So the semantic field of animals in English is divided up into many different animals. Among them is lion and elephant, and these words are incompatible. This incompatibility of terms within a semantic field is often clearly indicated in the language. So when you say, it was on Saturday that she went there, this sentence implies that she did not go there on any other day of the week. So Saturday, and that's it. Okay, you can't say, well, she might have gone there Monday, she might have gone there Tuesday. So Saturday, when you say she went there, or it was on Saturday that she went there, that means because the words are incompatible with each other, we say that she did not go in any other day of the week. But that doesn't mean that she didn't go, for example, in August or March or April. So March and Saturday are not incompatible. They are compatible. You can use them together. But when you say Saturday, you can't say also she went also there on Monday if you are referring to the same event. If you're talking about the same event, so you can't say she did the same thing at the same time both days, both Saturday and Monday. That is because Saturday and Monday and other days of the week belong to the same semantic field, and they are incompatible with each other. So the words Saturday and Monday are incompatible because they divide up the semantic field of days of the week in English. But months like August and March do not belong to the semantic field of days of the week, so they are compatible with the words for days of the week like Saturday and Monday. We can, however, recognize that there are mixtures. So there are words that can be seen as mixtures between words in a particular semantic field. So we said you can't say this is a red hat and at the same time you can't say this is a green hat, but you can say that this hat is, for example, orange-red. So this is a mixture between two colors. So by introducing these words, we are just increasing the words within the field. We are now introducing more words that divide up the field. So we are dividing now the field of colors in English as red, green, blue, and also as red, green, orange, red, and so on. So by introducing these words, we are just merely increasing the words within the field and dividing it up more finely. So the field will be more finely divided as compared to if we only use words like red, green, and blue, and we don't use other words which refer to mixtures. In some cases, the distinction between the terms in a semantic field is clear. So it's very clear when you, for example, say this is a rabbit and this is a tiger. It's really hard to confuse the two. So these are reflected by clear distinction in experience. So you see a rabbit, you know that it's a rabbit. You see a tiger, you know it's a tiger. So this is, of course, the case with animal names like we mentioned here, rabbit and tiger. Of course, there are certain examples where you might not recognize which animal it is, but mostly because from experience, we know what a tiger looks like, and we know what a rabbit looks like. The distinction between the terms in this semantic field of animals in English is clear to us. However, in other cases, like the Mexican noise words that we mentioned earlier, it might be blurred, so it's not very clear. We can't. So you might hear a noise and you confuse it. Well, is it the noise for children? Is it the noise for people are talking angrily? It might be hard to decide which noise it is, and which word to use to describe that noise. So some semantic fields the divisions of the semantic fields might be blurred, so they might be two different words might intervene with each other, so you can't say which one is which. And in other cases, of course, it can be clear, like animal names. Generally, the items in a semantic field are not ordered. We say that they are unordered. So there is no natural way to order certain semantic fields. So, for example, the semantic field of animals. How do you order the semantic field of animals? Of course, without looking at the science of the taxonomy of animals, how do you put animals in different groups, and the science that is related to that, just in a natural way, just you thinking, how can you order these animals? So sometimes you might be able to order the items in a semantic field, and sometimes you cannot. So there is no natural way to order these semantic fields. So, for example, colors. How do you order colors? Unless you look at a scientific way of studying colors, and they have certain rules to order them in that science. But we are here concerned, as I said, about a natural way of ordering these items in a semantic field. So if you want to list these items, you would usually just use alphabetical order, which is not really a natural way of ordering these items in a semantic field. There are, of course, cases where it is very easy to order the items of a semantic field. So we say these groups of words are ordered. So, for example, the days of the week, it's easy to order the days of the week, and also the months of the year, and so on. So these, we say, form sets of ordered incompatible items. So they are incompatible, as we said. We can't use them to describe the same event or the same thing at the same time. They are incompatible, and they are also ordered. You can order them from, you can make a list and you order them according to a natural way of order. So you start from January, February, March, April, and so on. You can order the months of the year in a particular order. So we cannot say, for instance, this month is November and it is also March. As I said, they are incompatible. However, they have sequential relations to each other. So Sunday comes immediately before Monday, Monday before Tuesday, and so on. Another example of semantic fields that have members that can have a natural order is the case of measurement units. So we have measurement units like inch, foot, yard, centimeter, meter, and so on. These can be put in order starting from the smallest one, or we can go from the biggest one, and so on. So these also have natural order. So we mentioned now two examples, or three examples: days of the week, months of the year, and also measurement units. All these have particular natural order in which we can order them. So we say these items of this semantic field, for example, the semantic field of days of the week, have a natural order. Also, a fourth example, the numerals. So when you say 1, 2, 3, these all divide the semantic field of numbers in English, for example. So 1, 2, 3, of course we can order them starting from smallest number to the biggest number, and so on. So this is also another obvious example of ordered semantic fields. Okay, so this is it for today's lecture. Hopefully you found it interesting and useful. And as I said, this was semantic fields are examples of paradigmatic relations when we study semantics. In the next lecture we're going to talk about something that is related to syntagmatic relations, and we will take a look at that inshallah in the coming lecture. So hopefully I'll see you then inshallah.